Welcome to Duo Chat with Brittany
and Cynthia, where we talk about drama shows.
like Dawson's Creek, One Tree Hill, and more.
Hey everyone, I'm Brittany.
And I'm Cynthia.
And today we're talking about season 5, episode 10, title Running to Stand Still. The air date is March 4th, 2008, and the synopsis is
Brooke invites Owen to come and see her business in New York, but find Rachel had OD'd. Nathan and Lucas attend Dan's parole hearing while they try to protect Jamie from him. Mia gets an offer from Payne's former employer. Elsewhere, Haley and Nathan's marriage is on the rocks as Carrie tries to split them up, leading Jamie to fall into the pool.
all right. So here's where it starts.
Mm-hmm.
Saying out so Nathan gets home. This is where he realizes that where Haley is because she ain't home.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly there's no communication between the two of them because Jamie's like, "Where is Mama?" And it's like, what? Like, it's weird. And what's also weird too is when you came home in the garage or whatever, you didn't see her car.
Right.
Like, wouldn't that be the first thing you would notice as her car is gone?
Yeah, unless he parked out in the driveway or somewhere else that he can't see her car, but yeah.
Yeah, but even if you park in the driveway, then you'd still see her car.
Maybe not if the garage door was closed.
Didn't they come through there or no?
I
Because
don't
I
know.
don't really know how their house is set up. So
I thought they just walked in through the front door, and I can't remember if they had a garage or like a open space with just like a roof or something. I don't know. I think it was a garage. But yeah.
yeah. So then it was cute though because Jamie didn't want to get out of his little uniform, that Lucas gave him. He
Mm-hmm.
wanted to sleep in it, so Nathan told him okay.
Yeah.
So I mean it is a way to get him to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And then Nathan talks to Haley and here's where she does bring up that she was locked in there with Lindsay and Peyton, but she doesn't say anything more besides that.
Yeah, she doesn't mention Brooke or Mia.
Yeah, she just said Lindsay and Peyton,
which were the most important part of it also.
well, yeah, because those are the two that don't like each other. So
Mm-hmm.
and so but that was it. Like that's the only thing, she just said, she'll tell him more about it. But then he says he's going to take a shower, and it's like, okay. And then that's where, and then it's like dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Because he's in the shower and Carrie gets in with him. Ew, I mean, I can't with that. But also, I mean, okay, here's the thing. Like, Haley wears a wedding ring. When he touches Carrie's hands, you don't know that's not your wife.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's the same thing how Chris was able to kiss Haley at the masquerade ball or whatever, and
I know, and they're both they both have two different lips.
Yeah. So
oh my God.
I guess they're both just bad at not being able to tell who's who by physical touch, that they should be.
But yet they love each other so much. I can't with this. And so then he only knows because she starts to talk. And that's when he realizes who it is and tells her she had to get out of there. I'm only laughing because how stupid it is.
Right.
But of course, Haley walks in. So because he was getting in the shower, she must have, I don't know, just the time for her to come home. Also,
right.
didn't Carrie say she was leaving? Like, I'm leaving, so let me show up at your house. Well, here's the thing then. Haley must park in the driveway then, because if Carrie got there and Obviously, she noticed Haley was gone. You know, then that's why she got in the shower.
Yeah, well, she's supposed to be living there, so she's probably there all night and just already knew Haley didn't come back yet. So
Yeah, but when was she leaving? I thought she said she was leaving. She
yeah,
got another job or something.
yeah, she said 2 week notice, so it probably
Oh,
hasn't been 2 weeks yet.
so we have to so we would have had to deal with her for 2 whole weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long time.
Yeah, but
So here's where it gets weird though. Nathan can't speak
right.
because he's trying to say like this isn't what it looks like, and it's like, um, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes, tell her, like to Carrie. And then all she said was that Nathan loves her.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, and she loves him back.
Like, here's the thing, Nathan. Don't have someone else talk for you.
Yeah, especially
Because
the other person in the affair.
like think about it. If that was Rachel, she would have done the same thing.
Right.
So I don't get why he would just allow people who like him like that and would interfere in your relationship to try to explain. I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's
Yeah.
just weird.
And then we finally see Haley's fighting side back, like when she was a teenager. And
You mean when she grabs her hair and throws her out?
mm-hmm. Yeah, like
Oh,
a
it was
handful of
so
hair.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so good. And
Mm-hmm.
then she told Nathan to get out too.
Yeah, so that was worse than the time she grabbed Taylor's hair that one time when they were fighting about Nathan too.
Well, let's be honest. I feel like your sister you can deal with, but like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the nanny on the other hand
Mm-hmm.
is something totally different. Though I am surprised though. Like I feel like Nanny Carey could have pressed charges.
Yeah, probably she didn't try.
Because like your sister, yeah, she could still press charges, but I mean less likely than, you know, a nanny.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
because
I'm just saying she could have very easily.
yeah, and they supposedly have money because they have this nice house, so she could have if she wanted to.
Yep, just to make make a buck.
Mm-hmm. And now Nathan tries to explain, but then Haley tells him to get out too.
He barely he don't I thought he didn't even say anything.
Yeah, he was like saying like Haley something, just trying to talk to her, but I don't know what he's gonna say at this point.
Yeah, I didn't think you really said anything, and then she just said, "You get out too."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah. And then Payne walks into her office, and her old boss from
Okay,
LA is
wait.
there.
What would you have done if you were Haley?
Well, I would have made sure she just not because she only kicked her out of the bathroom. I would have made sure she kept moving, like put her clothes on and pack her things, and then kick her out fully.
I'd go and help her pack,
Mm.
make her get out faster.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, she should have taken all of her stuff then,
Yeah.
so that she could never enter the house again. And then I want my key back. Actually, no, you can have that key because I'm going to get my locks changed.
Right.
But would you have kicked her out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Would you have kicked Nathan out?
Well, with him not being able to say anything, maybe, yeah.
I mean, the house is big enough.
So
He
he can sleep
could,
somewhere else.
yeah, in the house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they have a
Yeah,
spare bedroom.
I guess
Yeah.
room.
And
Mm-hmm.
they do, because when he moves back in, he's in the guest room.
Mm.
So they do have another room. So
Mm-hmm.
clearly he could go sleep there. I'm just saying.
Right.
Because here's the thing. I don't think she really remembers too much of her past. But
Yeah.
she kissed Chris and went on tour with him. She kissed him twice. Never mind. She kissed him twice. Went on tour with him.
Right.
And their kiss, Chris and Haley, was so much more than Nathan's.
Yeah, because he didn't actually have feelings for Carrie like it was with Haley and Chris.
I mean, he was flirting with her, but he was also flirting with her sister. So,
but it like wasn't in love kind of feeling.
no. I mean, the flirting could have ended it. Like it could have gotten worse, but and the kiss, was barely a kiss.
Right.
Like let's be honest. It was, there was nothing passionate about their kiss at all.
Mhm.
I don't know how you can really count that as a kiss.
Right.
Like it's just weird.
Because didn't
All
Haley didn't Haley not tell him too that she kissed Chris or something too as well? At
yeah,
least one of the times.
because when she was writing him back, then remember Taylor got involved and he said, "What's up with the kiss?" or something, and she said, "Taylor must have wrote that." And it's like,
Oh yeah, yeah. So
what
she
do you
lied.
mean? What do you mean Taylor wrote it?
Yeah,
You
she flat out
kissed
lied about he
him.
just didn't tell her. Yeah.
Yeah, she told Nathan Taylor wrote that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So their fight at the end that made me mad because I'm like, Haley, you can't really say too much, when
Yeah.
you've kind of done the same thing. So.
And it
Hmm.
was worse because you did it twice and then you went on tour with him.
Yeah. So Nathan hasn't just like left with Carrie to go somewhere, like live with her or whatever, like move somewhere with her. So.
Well, and two, like, didn't when she left, did he know that they kissed? When Haley and Chris, when they left, remember, because he gave the ultimatum, did he know that they kissed once? Or was
Um.
he still, did she ever tell him she kissed Chris?
I actually can't remember. I just know that he was just trying to ask if she had feelings for Chris, but she never answered and kind of like played victim and started crying. Um,
Because that's my thing now, is did she, wait a minute. I, did Haley ever confess and ever tell him that she kissed Chris?
I don't know, because like Peyton found out from Jake who saw them kiss the first time.
Yeah, but neither one of them told Nathan.
Mm-hmm.
And the only time Nathan, I feel like, knew was when Chris told him, but that's when she came back. And it was at the masquerade party. Like, so
Oh yeah,
technically,
he punched him.
technically these two kissed 3 times. But I'm just like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Nathan actually could have played it and never told her because Haley never told him.
Yeah, I think he found out from Chris, not her herself. Yeah,
But when did Chris tell him that they kissed?
when they went to go on that boat to get the money back that Chris had gambled for
No,
Haley's.
he said that he kissed her at the masquerade ball or whatever
Yeah,
the heck
I'm
that
saying
was.
when he told Nathan was when they were getting the money back and they were stuck in the middle of nowhere walking back, after they jumped off the boat.
Yeah, but he only said that they kissed then. He never said we kissed before your wife went on tour with me.
Right, yeah, he was just counting one of them, yeah.
He only talked about the masquerade time. He
Hmm.
never said we kissed twice at the bus stop and in the studio. He never said any of that. He only confessed to the third kiss. He never confessed to the other two. So Nathan really doesn't know that she kissed.
Well,
Okay, this just makes it 10 times worse.
Google's telling me that he did confront her later and she then confessed, but yeah, either way, he didn't hear it from her first.
So technically, can Haley really get upset at Nathan when for not telling her when she never said it the 2 times that she kissed him?
Hmm.
I'm just saying this makes it so much worse now realizing she never told Nathan they kissed. Like she this just makes it worse, I feel like.
Yeah, because they kissed twice where it was like mutual, and then he kissed her again at the masquerade ball. So technically, he kissed her 3 times, but she only kissed him back twice. But yeah.
Yep. And so basically, the one at the masquerade one could have been, you could have slid that through as a Nanny Carey one because Nathan had his eyes closed.
Hmm.
And you know what I mean? Like you could say that somewhat they were both innocent, kind of, I guess. Because she thought it was Nathan, even though I don't know how. Um, hmm. So basically, whatever Nathan does, sorry, don't you think? But yeah, so because he doesn't, and here's the thing, right here and now, because she says get out. What really can he say to her? Because he can't say anything. He just kicked him out. You know,
Right.
it's like, and he couldn't get words out in the beginning to say anything anyway. But, yeah, I'm just like, okay, so you looked at it, you couldn't say a word from that, could you? Also, I feel like here's the thing. Do I want Nathan to do the same thing Haley did? Absolutely no. I thought she was wrong. But, and I also said, how does she get redemption over this? Remember? Here's the thing. Why would you want to be, as in like to Nathan, like why would you want to become the person that you hated of your spouse? Because he hated Haley at that point. Remember? So why would you become that person?
Right.
I mean, and here's the thing. You gave her the ultimatum. And clearly she took the wrong one. And it's like when she came back trying to fight, you were done with her. You didn't want to give her any time or anything. You didn't want to hear her out. So, should she really hear you out right this second? After what she just heard? Or saw, not even heard, but saw. I'm just saying. Also, I will say for Haley, walking in, seeing them getting out of the shower. Here's the thing. I mean, she talked to him, what, 20 some minutes ago? Because remember, didn't he say Jamie had 20 minutes to drink whatever he was drinking and brush his teeth and go to bed? So in that amount of time when he got the phone, you don't know how long they could have been in the shower for. I'm just saying. And, so for Haley, like, yes, because I know we're bashing Haley. But here's the thing, is like, in her defense, she walks in and this is like they're coming out of the shower together. You don't know how long they were in the shower for. Obviously, they were only in the shower for a second, but she doesn't know that. They could have been in the shower for 20 minutes. So I'm just saying, like, not a good sign. Plus, Nathan's looking real good though.
Yeah, also, I'm kind of surprised that Jamie didn't come running to see what was going on with all the Haley's yelling.
Yeah, Haley's, get out. Because isn't their room like right across from Jamie's?
Something like that. Like, he can't be that much of a heavy sleeper. Yeah. Like, because he could have fallen asleep by then, but he still would have woke up and heard everything. Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like because he was on such a high from the game. Remember, because when Nathan's like, "You got to go to bed," and he's like, "Do I have to?" And he didn't sound. He sounded like he wanted to bounce around still. He did not sound like he wanted to go to bed.
Right.
Plus, I'm sure you've been around kids. If they're excited and everything, and when they're like that, they are not going to bed in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So, and the fact that he was drinking like a juice box or something, it's like, no, now he's gonna have to go to the bathroom. So, no, he's gonna be up.
Yeah. So then Payne walks into her office and John's there. Guess he heard, because he ended up seeing the video of Mia on YouTube. So, of course, he's interested in her and basically tries to steal her from Payton. And,
oh, that was weird. When she walks in and she sees him, I'm like, what is this doofus doing?
Yeah, he was doing what she did, sitting in his chair in his office. And
but so he's there to sign Mia?
Yeah.
It was just weird. I'm like, well, so at first I was like, how did you even hear about Mia? because this is a little town. I'm like, huh? And then wasn't it Mia that said he heard her MySpace
Yeah,
song or
it's like he
post
said that,
or some?
yeah, at MySpace. Yeah, he saw it online. Yeah,
Yeah. So I guess that's how.
yeah. Somebody must have sent him to it because it was getting viral. So with him being a CEO in the label, and then he eventually found out that she had connections to Payne. I guess maybe just because of the fact that she's in Tree Hill too. That's probably why. But um, yeah. So and of course, if Payton's going to be successful in anything, of course, he wants to steal that from her. Wants to keep her at the bottom where she was in LA. And her single is calling, or her first song is going to be a single soon, Only Fooling Myself. Um, that's what they mentioned too. Yeah, they mentioned in the library episode, right? That title, I think.
Possibly.
Yeah.
There was a lot of bickering going back and forth.
hmm basically he's trying to like downplay Peyton's, connections of what she can actually do for me. And, like he has everything, to make sure she can be successful while she's just starting out and doesn't have much.
I did like when she told him, like, when she brought up that girl, remember the one that they wanted?
Right. Yeah.
And that was crazy. He told the girl that she should um quit her TV show, which it was apparently successful, to
hmm
go on tour, and it never even worked out.
Right.
So then of course she had nothing.
hmm
First of all, how did she even get out of that contract? Because I always hear that trying to get out of those contracts is very hard to do.
Maybe he paid it off so she, whoever the network was wouldn't lose money with the show ending or
Because,
something.
well, I mean, it was successful. So it's like because obviously if they want you out, they'll have no problems being like, sure.
hmm
But um, but yeah, I always just hear like it's so hard to do, and you really have to fight it. And because when you sign, you're signing your life away for that 6 years. And then so that's why after, was it 5 years or something, you can renegotiate. And that's where some people are like, I'm good. I've done 5 years. I'm good. Or they're like, no, I want more money. So yeah, so I'm like, how did she get out of it? Somehow this label must have a lot of good lawyers to like get her out of it.
hmm
But then only to screw her in the end.
Right. So then Payne walks into the studio, where Mia tells her that Haley did, a good job on the song. And Payne turns off the music and asks Mia, if she basically talked to John. And Mia says, like the creepy old guy. So that's good that she doesn't, like him already. And like no wonder why she left LA. And Payne asks, what did you say? And she says nothing. Like we just saw her MySpace video. I wanted to hear the whole record.
Mm-hmm.
And that she had made a big mistake in signing with her because she didn't have the experience to launch her. And then Brooke walks into Trek in the bar,
Oh,
the
but
bar area.
doesn't Mia only have one song so far?
Yeah. So yeah, there is no record yet.
Yeah.
Um, Surprised they didn't mention that. Like, well, if you're working with me, you would have all the songs ready to go, by now or something like that. But
Yeah, but I
because
mean, is that really the best? They always say, it's like the grass is greener on the other side, but as in like it's really not. And
right,
that's the thing, is like, yeah, it looks all great on paper, but
hmm
is that being your true self? Like
hmm
signing away like that? Because think, how many artists, it takes them a couple months to like sit there and try to, if not years, to try to get their albums good and ready to go.
hmm
So yeah, that'd be weird to like, oh, overnight, we're gonna have you have your whole album done, and be like, but do any of them pertain to you?
Right, he probably would have signed like or got like a whole team together to write it, basically for her to get out quicker or something like that.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying, like singing the songs, would they have
Mhm.
any meaning to you? No, they would
Right,
just
yeah,
be.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is actually actually because she wrote this one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that actually has meaning. So anything else that you write will have meaning. Where if they just give you 12 songs, wow, you're going to be like singing along. Okay, I'm getting tired of these songs. Like as when they have meaning, there's more emotion, and you want to sing them versus
Mm-hmm.
just going up there and singing songs that somebody else wrote.
Right.
Like, yeah, people do that all the time. But I'm just
Mm-hmm.
saying that if you are a songwriter, you should at least write some songs.
Right.
Like there
Yeah.
are some singers that yes, all they sing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying if you are also a songwriter like Mia is, you should
Mm-hmm.
probably just write your own. At least a
Yeah.
couple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Brooke walks into Trek looking for Peyton, but Owen says she left, and Brooke's like she wasn't armed, was she? Like going after Lindsay or something.
Yeah, but she doesn't even care now. Now she's just into Owen.
Mm-hmm.
You know how like quick that switched?
Yeah, I think that was just her excuse to talk to him.
Yeah, she wasn't even worried at all. Because he
Mm-hmm.
said like she kind of like left in a hurry, or whatever. But it's like, and it wasn't like, huh, like maybe
Right.
I should go check, make sure she's okay. Nope, not at all. It was just,
Yeah.
okay, well, can I get a drink? Isn't
Yeah.
a Brooke or whatever? And it was like,
Mm-hmm.
what?
Yeah. Not even call her or something. Yeah.
And wasn't it still early in the morning?
Yeah, he said that too, I think.
Eh,
Yeah, he said AM cocktails, I think.
oh my God, that is disgusting.
Yeah. And like,
Would would
he's
you?
no.
Oh,
The only thing I've ever had early like was a mimosa. So that's like a
yeah,
breakfast lunch kind of thing.
I just need a coffee. I don't need an actual
Yeah.
drink.
Because even that mimosa was too much for me. I'm like, they make a whole glass of this. Like I was like done with like half of it. Like I couldn't drink more. It's too much, like too strong. Um, and then they're going back and forth like they always do with their banter, basically kind of humbling her, like if she can run a multi-million dollar company from the bar stool, then how hard can it be? And you know, then she mentions about going to New York so she can or he can, see how it goes and everything, how complicated it can be. And then she even mentioned that the flight leaves in an hour, so she dares him to do it, and that's how he agrees to go. And then Lucas gets another postcard from his mom from Venice, and she
So,
mentions,
so what does it say? Because I saw like Lily
yeah,
wants something, and like I didn't read the whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah. I paused to make sure to see what it said. She just mentioned that Lily wants to know if he needs a flower girl, and
Aw,
and then like congrats, something like
that's so
that.
that's so cute.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
because but
these people don't talk on the phone though.
yeah, yeah, that I got that too. But she doesn't end up being the flower girl, or
Yeah, she does.
which oh, just for the Lindsay one.
Yeah, not for Peyton.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Later on, she just didn't come back again, which is too bad because that was the actual, like his real wedding, you know. But
His real wedding.
yeah, I mean, it actually happened, whereas Lindsay fled.
Oh,
But
the one that is gonna be his sister or her sister-in-law.
yeah, and then that's when Lucas gets that letter about Dan's parole hearing.
And then
Uh,
Nathan shows up.
yep.
So, okay, here's the thing. First of all, Nathan looked like crap. Secondly, did he sleep in his car?
Yeah, I was wondering that because I was like, it's been a while since they got into that fight, and she
Well,
kicked
they
her out.
got in. They last night they got into it because remember he came home from
Yep.
the game and then went to take a shower and then she kicked him out. Well, now it's morning. Everybody's getting up. Brooke's at the bar. Lucas is
Hmm.
opening his mail. Haley's making Jamie breakfast, and Nathan is just now getting to Lucas's to say, "Hey, need to sleep. I need a couch to sleep on." Like what? Like, so you
Hmm.
slept in your car instead of going to your brother's house
Right, or maybe his mom, wherever she is. Yeah.
or Skills the apartment? Because
Hmm.
there's a bunch of guys there.
Yeah,
I was
it was
like,
like that.
so
Yeah.
yeah, instead of going to them, you
Mhm.
sleep in your car.
Yeah, I feel like he probably went to the river court for a while just to think and then slept in his car. You know?
Yeah, because I'm like, you look like crap, because he did, his
Yeah.
eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And, but yeah, I was just like, wait a minute, dude. I'm like, look, it's morning. What are
Yeah.
you doing?
Mm-hmm. So he asks Nathan or Lucas if he can stay, and then that's when Lucas tells Nathan, Dan's up for parole.
Yeah, and it was funny because Lucas is like, yeah, you got one. And
Mm-hmm.
Nathan's like, huh? And it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you're a little busy getting kicked
Yeah, he,
out.
he yeah, he probably did get the letter. He just wasn't able to look at his mail.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't think he got the mail because she kicked him out last night, and Haley would have got the mail this morning,
Yeah, and
like like Lucas
yeah,
did.
and she probably wasn't gonna open his letter, with his name on it probably.
Well, I think she
Um,
was a little too busy actually being a parent.
yeah. So with Dan's parole hearing for 5 years, do you think he only got 5 years because he turned himself in probably?
Probably.
Yeah, because I thought 5 years was really short.
Probably, and he was a good mayor.
Yeah, and probably good with his time in there, yeah.
He was a good little boy.
hmm And then this is where troubles start with Jamie and Haley because, she gives him pancakes, but he says it's supposed to have a smiley face, but that's what, Nanny Carey did. And, Haley just tells him that she isn't there right now. It's probably a bit while before she comes back.
Okay, why couldn't she just be honest? She ain't never
hmm
coming back, kid.
Yeah, like I get that they don't want to hurt him, but they already lied about Dan and that backfired on them. So I don't know why
And
they would, yeah. Because,
well, I just don't like it because just say she's leaving, and
yeah,
because she is, and she's not
hmm
coming back. She already gave you her 2 weeks notice or whatever. So like she was
hmm
always going to leave. So
yeah,
tell the kid she ain't coming back.
yeah, because
Instead
he'll
of
be
saying
waiting.
it will just be a while.
Right.
What? Like so every day is gonna go, is she coming back? Is she coming back? Instead of
hmm
just saying she's not coming back, and then he'll have to just get over it and move on to something else.
Yeah, he'll accept it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I had some not nanny, but I had a pet wise situation too. Um, well, my cats were always inside and outdoor cats, but one of them disappeared after going outside, never come back home. And my parents told me that she found a boyfriend. So since they didn't tell me she died, I actually kept believing she would come back until I was like 10, and she disappeared when I was like 4.
What?
So that's why yeah, so that's why I think parents should tell their kids the truth, no matter how hard it is, so they'll learn the lesson and won't hold on to it for a very long time. So
Yeah, because I mean, you just have to play it kid wise. Like, obviously,
hmm
you can't be like, Dan's in prison, but you also can't say Dan's dead
yeah,
because when he gets out,
like now.
yeah, like, what are
hmm
you gonna do? Jamie's
hmm
gonna. So here's the thing, Jamie's gonna be all in one little set time frame. Jamie's gonna be like, wait a minute, my grandpa Dan is alive. My parents lied about. Nanny Carey does love me, and she would stay, unlike what my mother says. So two things that like they're lying about to him. He's going to, I feel like, catch on about the next thing my parents say. Is it gonna be the truth?
hmm
That's what I would think. Like, if
Yeah.
I keep lying to my kid about major things like this, my kid is never gonna trust me.
Nope.
But also, like, yes, again, just play it as like he's little, so you can't just be like, well, prison. You
Yeah.
gotta play it a kid way.
Yeah. I'm kind of like we don't really see Lucas interact with Nathan, Haley, and Jamie right now. So with Dan and everything, I think it would have been better if he was like talking to Nathan, like you gotta be honest with him, because like, what do you think Karen was saying to Lucas about his dad, like where he is? She didn't say he was dead.
No,
So
she said, there he is.
yeah. So he knew the truth. It was still hard for him, but at least he knew, so he wouldn't
Well,
wonder.
and he had to know because Nathan was in the same grade and class as him. So,
Yeah.
like,
So
growing
yeah.
up, it's like, there's the other Scott kid.
hmm
Like, for Lucas, like, there's Nathan. Think about
Yeah.
it. They played on the Little League team together. It's like they were always around together because obviously
hmm
we're sports, but and in being in the same town. But yeah, I'm like, okay, you gotta stop lying to him. Come on now.
Yeah.
Like and think about it. He's not stupid. Like
Yeah. He's
there's
very
some
smart.
there's some kids that you could probably like, keep
hmm
this charade going, but Jamie is too smart for that.
Yeah. because he is
Al-
Haley's son.
Also, the fact that Haley is smart,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, like,
This was
why
a
would
smart move.
she's smart, but she's not being smart though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't understand this at all. I'm like, Haley is supposed to be the smart one of the group. Why is
Yeah.
she being, not the smart, the dumb one, let's say?
Yeah, I think it's just she's kind of mixed up with Nathan and Carrie and what she was just, witnessing last night. So she's not thinking clearly. But she
Also,
doesn't know where her marriage is and everything.
she's finally being a parent.
Yeah, because she's been at the studio or label, whatever. Yeah.
So she's finally making his breakfast and making his lunch. And
Mm-hmm.
he's like, well, who's going to take me to school? And she's like, I am. And I'm like, finally, you're going to do what a parent is supposed to do and take
Mm-hmm.
their kid to school?
Yeah, because she doesn't even know how he likes his food, his breakfast, his lunch, So
Nope.
she's like learning these things about him.
Exactly. She don't know anything about a kid. Like, what the heck?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And well, especially like kids, they're always changing. So, if one day he likes blueberries, but the next day he don't, it's like she would never know that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. Wait, here's the thing. If Haley has time to take Jamie to school, why couldn't she always take Jamie to school? I don't get this at all. It's not like she's like, wait a
Mm-hmm.
minute, I need Brooke or Peyton or Skills or anybody to
Somebody. Yeah.
come take him to school every day while this whole thing
Mm-hmm.
is going on. That would have been a smarter writing move, I feel like, because it would have shown us she still needs a nanny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because here's the thing, he goes to school all day, apparently.
Yeah,
He doesn't need a nanny.
yeah, because Lindsay's kind of become her close friend, her closest friend. So I'm surprised she didn't like call Lindsay. It's like, hey, I need help with Jamie,
Didn't Lindsay go to New York or something? She ain't in this episode.
Right.
That's why I said Skills, or because Skills only has a job at basketball. Well, he can just take Jamie to the basketball practice.
Right. Yeah. I just remember they were just sitting in the bleachers together after the game and kind of lied to each other about where she was and with Peyton.
But yeah, I just would feel like
yeah.
she'd probably call Skills and be like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
I need you to watch Jamie. And he, of course, would. And then he can take him to basketball practice and he can go there as he's going to do in the future.
Yep.
Like, I don't get this at all. Like, why? You don't need a nanny, Haley. I'm sorry. You never have and you never will. I don't get this at all. Because even after this, remember, it's like, well, we need a nanny. For what? Now that your husband can drive, walk, talk, he can do all this stuff. Why? He has no job.
Yeah, and then then when they have two kids, like Haley's still able to, take care of them and having the cafe or restaurant or whatever.
As Karen did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sorry. It gets on my nerves. Like when people are like, I want a baby. And then they get a baby and, well, now the nanny's going to watch it. Well, or the nurse we're going to have a live-in nurse and the nurse will take care of the baby.
That's a thing.
Yes. You've never heard of the rich people hiring full-time nurses?
I heard nanny, but never nurses. No.
Yeah, they have nurses come in, take care of the baby for the feedings, the changes, the changing, because they don't want to get up every hour or two for the baby. They want their sleep. So what do? They have the nurse come in and take care of the baby.
I thought maybe if their kid was like sick and they needed extra help or something, but
nope. I've even seen it where it's like they have twins and now we need like 2 or 3. I guess that's what happened when you're rich. But again, don't say you want a kid so bad, but then be like, look at it. It's like, you mean look at what the nurses are doing? Like, do you know how to feed your child or clothe them or change their diaper? I don't think you do. And here's the thing. Haley used to do all that when Jamie was little. She went to school. She took care of him. I don't understand why she can't do all that now that she has a job.
Right.
And Jamie's more mobile than he was when he was a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And Nathan has no job. I
Besides for
also,
coaching, but he's not getting paid for it.
and again, take Jamie with you.
Mm-hmm.
Pick him up after school. Take him to practice. I
Right.
I just don't like the people that are like, the people that don't need one, a nanny, but they have one 24/7 as Haley did. Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the people I don't understand. Like, the people that actually do work, yes, and you can afford it, yes, have a nanny. But I don't believe in the live-in nannies, first of all, because there is a time frame that you're done working. That's your time to be a parent.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like, what did you have a kid for if you weren't going to take care of them? Because, like, in the future, like when I saw a scene and it was like Deb's running around with Jamie, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he was going in the pool or something, And Haley and Nathan are just like sitting and relaxing. And I'm like, in what world, can the parents just sit and relax while the somebody else is running around with their kid? I'm like, again, it was like, what was crazy is like the show used to be somewhat relatable for us.
Mm-hmm.
But then in their adult life, it became more of a fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, what teacher can afford a nanny
Right.
whose husband doesn't have a job?
Maybe if she was teaching at like a private school, maybe.
I don't even think she could hire a full-time live-in nanny then.
Oh.
And so like that's my thing. And also, so I feel like it's actually rude to teachers, honestly. Like, to be like, this, like, look at my life. And it's like, to the actual working teachers who have a family, take care of them, don't have nannies, don't, I don't know. I try to be realistic, but in like the realistic life, in the real world, it's a little kind of rude.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's one thing because none of us, like me and you, like we're not writers. We don't have a book. We don't have a clothing line. We're not a professional basketball player. So those jobs, it's like okay to sort of idolize and be like, oh, look at the fantasy of it. But for Haley, who's an actual teacher who has an actual regular everyday job that people do have,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I don't like, is for you to fantasize that.
Right.
Because again, talk to teachers that actually have that and the everyday struggle, and they don't have what Haley has. So I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then Nathan walks in, and Jamie doesn't understand why he has to go upstairs. So Nathan tells him to play the PlayStation because his mom's gonna let him play before he goes to school. And then Nathan only has to tell Haley nothing about Carrie. Or last night, he's like, Dan's up for parole. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ignoring the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. And then he wants to say something about Carrie, but then she focuses on Dan and he explains, he pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and served good time and spent 5 years. So that's why. And, but he goes on to say, like, there's nothing going on between him and Carrie. And she says it didn't look like nothing. And Nathan says Carrie has some kind of weird crush on him.
Yeah, so he talks about how there was just like flirting, and of course, she ain't happy about that. And then, he said like, he wanted to and should have told her, and all of that. Which really, like, of course you should have, like a long time, like when it first started. Also, so she said like she needs time, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is understandable for a normal person who didn't actually do this. I'm saying Haley is not that person. Well, I'm sorry, she already cheated.
Mm-hmm.
But Fine, I'll give it to her. She can have a little bit of time. But so anyway, she said she needs time. So when he's like leaving and she goes, Nathan, there better not be more. And it's like, okay. Because again, Nathan, right then and there, right? As you're telling her, trying to play it off as if nothing's going on. Why can't you just tell the truth?
Right, yeah. You have that chance right there, yeah.
Like, here's the thing. Do the one thing you wanted to happen when it happened to you.
Yeah, when it's flipped down, yeah.
When she did this and was sneaking around Chris and you wanted the truth, why is it you can't do the same thing now? Like, again, don't be the person that you hated in that person.
Right.
Because then all we got to say is, honey, there's only one cheater, and it's you.
Yeah. And then Payne's talking to John again, basically saying like he's not going to steal Mia from her. And he says it's not stealing, she wants it to happen. And Payne asks if Mia said that, and what did you tell her? Just a bunch of lies to make her feel that way.
Oh, yeah. Then this is where they talk about the girl and hit TV show and all that. I was happy that she was brought up again because even though we don't know who she is, never met her, but I was happy that because we heard a little bit about her, remember? But that was it. So I was happy to hear that, it didn't actually work out. Like, it's sad to hear, but I wanted to hear an update from her or about her. So I was happy we got that.
Yeah. Payne's sticking up for Mia, saying she's not going to let that happen to her, like the actress. And John's like, are you finished? And he tells her it was a nice speech, but she can't back it up. Because, she has a lot of great albums on the wall, but the truth is she wouldn't have even heard half of them without the support of a major label. And then he, gloats, saying, he should know because he signed 4 of them. And Payne tells him Mia's going to make it, so they'll be fine. And then he just says, is she sure? Because all those artists have 2 things in common, great songs and a major label. And then he goes on to say he'd love to sign Mia, and, she deserves to be heard. And she doesn't have the resources to do that yet. She's just going to kill her career before it even begins, basically. And he says he'll be in town until tomorrow morning, so leaves his car on the desk, tells her to do the right thing. And then at basketball practice, Lucas switches Q with another player, so, Q, X, Y, and Lucas tells him to show him, his hand, and it's really messed up.
Yep, so of course he's feeling around, and of course he gets to the part that really hurts. So he's like, doctor is going to look at that and pulls him, which obviously it was a smart idea because you don't want him to be injured.
Yeah, or get, more hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, where he can't ever play again.
Yep. And then I'm surprised Nathan, I think he might later, but right now Nathan has the only one and he has things going on. But
wait a minute. Where is Nathan?
Dan Pro's hearing.
No, he went with Lucas.
Yeah, he's probably going to Lucas's and then to Dan's Pro.
Yeah, but he told Lucas he ain't got nothing else to do. I thought he's supposed to go to practice every day. He said, I will never miss a practice.
Oh, yeah. And Lucas is there right now, yeah.
And Lucas is coaching right now, so he would be there right now with him. And he's living now with Lucas. He ain't got nothing else to do. He saw Haley in the morning. Now Haley's at work. So what in the hell is he doing?
I don't know.
Because they drive together. I don't understand.
Yeah, they're not showing where Nathan's been during these times. Yeah, it's weird. And then, so Haley had dropped Jamie off at school, but dropped him off at the curb, I guess.
Why?
Because Jamie's it looks like he's walking from the sidewalk toward the the doors of the school. And that's when Carrie calls out to him. So he wasn't even close to the entrance.
I know what, what this is what I'm saying. What? He's 4.
Yeah.
Why are you dropping him off at the road?
Yeah, with no teacher or supervisor. Yeah.
Seriously? He's 4.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then Jamie, because he's so smart, can tell Carrie looks sad, so he asks why, and she says she has to go away. Of course, he doesn't want her to leave.
Yeah, so he's like, why and stuff. And she says, your mommy don't like me very much.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why she don't like you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah,
my
and
God, I could not
Jamie's
stand that.
yeah, and Jamie's too little to ask like why, question that, like why he doesn't think that you like her.
Yeah.
So
Instead, he's like, now I don't like my mommy because she don't like you. And it's like,
mm-hmm.
oh, little boy, one day
Yeah.
you'll know.
Mm-hmm. And then again, she tells Jamie that she wishes that he was her little boy, and she always will.
Yeah, what is up with that? I always
Mm-hmm.
will. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, that's why I wish we had a more of a background for Carrie. There has to be a reason why she wants Jamie so bad. Like I said, maybe she lost a kid before, like in a miscarriage or something, or just couldn't, never could get pregnant or something like that.
No, I think she's just nuts.
Mm. Maybe it's a bit of both.
Maybe she
And
just wants Nathan's kid.
yeah, that too, probably mixture of everything. And then Brooke and Owen are in an elevator. Um, this is like a hotel, right, or an apartment?
I thought it
Like I'm
was
not.
more of like an apartment. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure because I think on Drama Queens I mentioned hotel, but it didn't seem like a hotel to me. I don't know,
No, it was like
but
a dungeon apartment.
yeah, very rundown. Yeah.
Because when he was with that guy, when
Mhm.
that guy comes, it definitely looks like an apartment setting, not a hotel.
Mhm.
Because hotels, are more fancy.
Yeah. So when they walk in, the place is a mess. And of course, when Brooke left, it was clean. So Brooke
So of
thinks
course,
it's an
yeah. So they're
intruder.
like, yeah. So
Mhm.
of course they're looking all over, and then Owen spots someone, a girl,
Mhm.
in the bedroom.
Yeah, and he sees all the needles and syringes and such. Yeah, so he
Yep.
knows the
And
type of
then
person that's there.
yeah, so then Brooke comes in and it's Rachel, obviously. So that was sad.
Mhm. So right away, Owen knows what to do, and tells Brooke to turn the shower and everything.
I don't know
And
though, when he was like smacking her, I was like, "Woo."
mhm. Yeah, and then did you notice how he kept like calling her a baby and stuff?
Yes,
I'm like,
what
did he know her before, or is this their first meeting? Because that was never explained. Like he could have said, like, I knew
Rachel?
Rachel from AA meetings or something, because it just seemed like he just like had a history with her already or something.
Who calls a stranger baby?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry, but like that would be a red flag to me of
Hmm.
like someone you like is calling a stranger baby.
Yeah, and your friend, yeah. And then we don't even see her wake up. We just get to the part where she's in Brooke's bed asleep, and Owen and Brooke are talking about Rachel, like if she could be okay, and he says if she means not dying, then yes, but no, she's not okay. And Brooke, he gives Brooke the right advice about taking her to a facility and helping her get better. But he's gonna stay there and keep an eye on her too. And then Brooke explains how she knows Rachel. Yeah, so if he knew Rachel, he probably would have known like about Brooke somewhat because Brooke was her only friend, so she probably would have mentioned like I used to have a good friend, but we're no longer in each other's lives because she fired me. She would have like told him something,
Mm-hmm.
that would have made it click or something once he learned who Brooke was to her. And so yeah, but he understands too why they let Rachel go. And he gives her instructions to put it not in the trash or stuff. Just she'll look for it when she wakes up. And then we go to the doctor who tells Q that his wrist is broke. So it'll take 4 to 6 weeks to heal. He'll have to wear a cast. I'm sorry, not Lucas. You just telling Q this. Lucas isn't there. Um, and of course, Q, like Nathan, being stubborn, not wanting to wear the cast because the scouts are going to see him play, for college ball. But the doctor tells him he doesn't have a choice. Then Haley picks up Jamie from school, and
And
she acts, yeah,
Jamie's all mad.
mm-hmm,
And she's like, what happened? And then he tells her that he saw Nanny Carey.
mm-hmm,
And of course she's mad, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like I'd be trying to find that woman.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she was like, Haley was lying to him again about why Carrie left. So he's like, that's not what she said. So yeah.
Yeah, like I know the truth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm surprised that Haley didn't get mad at the school either. Like, how did my son talk to someone just, on the campus like that? Why wasn't anybody watching him or something? She could have been
Uh, then
a stranger.
the school probably could have said that school starts at a certain time and that's when we're responsible for him and or the mother and you dropped him off at the road.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, from like a school's point, that's probably what they would say.
Yeah.
Because it's the truth. Who drops their 4-year-old off at the street?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody.
Yeah. And then the label paints telling Mia like how bad John is. He offers you everything, but then the second you fall short, he drops you. And Mia says she doesn't care, she loves the record and if she trusts Payne, then they'll be okay. And then Payne goes on to say they're gonna do this and this and this, and Mia says that sounds great, and Payne says it doesn't, just because she can't like offer her everything that he could. So she's now having doubts herself, like John got to her. And Mia tells Payne she doesn't feel that way, and Payne says, it's true because she made a much better record than she thought she could, and she deserves, the big tour and everything. And Mia just kept telling, she keeps telling her it doesn't matter, like she just trusts her, and it'll all work out, and she wants to stay with her. Yeah, so I'm glad that there's that, and Mia like didn't give in to John like what he was offering her to, because it'd be so easy for her to take it. And then Carrie shows up at Haley's house saying she needs spare stuff, like we talked about before.
Yeah, like
And then, yeah, but it was funny how Haley said she boxed everything up in the garage and it's marked for.
well.
And then, yeah.
And so then, of course, she has to try to get revenge, saying that she finally says it that Nathan kissed her, and I'm like, oh, I wouldn't really go with that. And then she's like, oh yeah, he didn't tell you, and she goes, that's Nathan, like trying to act like Haley doesn't know Nathan. And so of course didn't like that. And then she was like, he loves me, like just keeps going. And it's like, oh my God. And then I liked when Haley was like, he doesn't love you and all this. And then she said, she tells her again to stay away and everything. And that she trusted her with, her husband and son. And so she slams the door and there's Jamie. I hate you. Oh my God.
Yeah, now he sees it this time. Yep.
Yeah, it's like, that was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's so on Nanny Carey's side.
Yeah. But he's only getting part of the story. He doesn't understand that there's more to it. And then Rachel finally wakes up and she asks Brooke if she's dead. And Brooke says, tells her what happened. And it was really stupid. And she asked what happened. She says she doesn't know. Just life.
Just that Brooke fired her.
What?
Oh, she talks about how Brooke fired her.
Oh yeah, I thought you said hired, so I got confused for a second.
No, because she's like, well, why didn't you call me? And it's like, you fired me. Well, yeah, but it's like I mean, I get it because it's like, yeah, it's definitely weird if like your friend fires you. It's like, are we really friends anymore?
Right.
But at the same time, in Brooke's eyes, it's like I fired you as an employee, not as a friend.
Right.
But if there's no communication like that, you're gonna feel what Rachel feels.
Right. Yeah. Brooke should have been more clear about that. She just made that one phone call to her that one night when she was like eating dinner, and then that was it. Seemed like they just kind of she cut off connections with her after that, the contact. And then that's when the man comes and knocks on the door, and Owen still very aware of everything going on and who that is exactly.
Yeah.
And he tells, yeah.
Oh, it was just weird. Like, so yeah, he tells Brooke stay in there, lock the door. So he takes his shirt off.
Yeah, because he was trying to, trick the guy thinking that he was a user too.
Yeah. Oh my God. Until he goes after him. Yeah.
Yep.
But I can tell you, it was good.
Yep. And they broke that mirror. So I'm surprised the guy wasn't bleeding. And so gave him a good scare, and even gave him the money, threw it at him in the hallway.
So first of all, how did Owen get that money? Secondly, Owen is strong. So like think
Mhm.
about like being pushed by Owen. Like
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
I'm
surprised it
just
didn't like.
saying.
I think there was a wall, kind of a little bit of distance away from the door, so I'm surprised the guy didn't like hit the wall because he could have slammed
Yeah.
him easily.
Um
But maybe the money was from like tips from the bar. I want to guess.
yeah, so I'm really hoping that Brooke gave him money because that's her friend's like it's kind of like her
Debt.
problem kind
Hmm.
of like, this is what her friend Rachel did and owed
Hmm.
money for. So like
Yeah, I'm sure she gave paid him back. Yeah.
I really hope she did because that'd be rude
Hmm.
because again, he's getting bar tips.
Yeah.
He's not, rich like Brooke. So I really hope she
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, I'm sure she did. We just didn't see it. Unless he didn't tell her, but yeah, because she didn't see anything.
I thought she
Um,
saw when he was like closing the door. So at that point, remember he threw the money, he closed the door, and there was Brooke. So I'm sure she probably saw that.
maybe, yeah, if she was still around the corner like that, yeah. Yeah, so he assures her that nobody's going to be coming back. And then well, I mean, they're lucky because she could have easily been, talking to multiple people to get drugs. So luckily it was
Hmm.
just the one guy. Because
Well,
usually too, like they have other people kind of in a circle working together. So
yeah. I mean, yeah, he got rid of one. You hope that
mhm,
more doesn't come out.
yeah. And then now Lucas and Nathan are in the car. So Lucas asks Nathan how to go with Haley. And he says she's going to need some more time. And Lucas says to give her that, like he owes her that. And then Nathan's basically like having regret with Dan, like if he would have been a better dad, then he could be asking him for advice and everything. Um, and Lucas says for the past 4 years he was pretending Dan didn't exist, and then he gets the letter and it hits him, that in one day they may have to face having them or him in their lives again. But it shouldn't be today.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Having Dan in their lives made Lucas and Nathan both not want to ever be like him. And Nathan especially turned his life around, made sure that he wouldn't be like Dan ever.
Mm-hmm.
And all to turn out like Dan. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like he worked so
Mm-hmm.
hard to pull away and become a different person, that, a better guy, and the fact that he just turned his life into this is just
Mm-hmm.
crazy. So it's like, honestly, like, to say like, oh, I wish Dan was better because then, he could talk to me. But it's like, but him being a jackass actually helped you too, because it showed you what you could be and what you don't want to be
Mm-hmm.
in both of them. So honestly, because I mean, think about it. If Dan was like all loving and stuff, Dan might be like, oh, it's okay. And do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of giving him the tough love that Dan would have given. So it's like, but would you being babied by your dad be any better?
Right.
But also, Nathan, you have always been babied by your dad. Dan has always picked you up off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So what? Like Nathan, this is what's crazy. Like whenever Nathan is around Lucas, he always acts like how Lucas feels. Like I wish Dan was better and I don't like him and this and he doesn't do anything for me. But and it's like, no, that's all Lucas. But
Mm-hmm.
when it's Nathan, there's like, wait a minute, but he does. Oh, wait, Dad, I need money. Dad, I need you to bail me out of this. Dad, and it's like, and he does. Dan does it all. He just doesn't do it for Lucas. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like he's playing two different ways. Like when Lucas isn't around, he sucks up to Dan. And when Lucas is around, he wants to hate on Dan.
Yeah, I
And
mean, there's only been 2 times that Dan helped Lucas. It was when they got in the car accident with him and Keith, and then he was the one that was paying for Lucas's heart medicine. But besides that, it's always been helping Nathan. Yeah,
yeah, but the heart medication was a bribe. It was,
yeah, to manipulate him. Yeah,
yeah, it wasn't, I love you, I'll pay
hmm.
for it.
Yeah,
it was to hurt Keith and Karen. It was not at all for love. Where everything he's done for Nathan has always been out of love. It will never change. But for Lucas, no, it's never been out of love. So that's the whole thing. And I think well, and here's the thing. I don't think when he helped him out of the car and took him to the hospital and said, gave permission because he's the father. I think he did that because he knew that Keith was going to be to blame and he wanted to be the star. Like think about it. That's who Dan is. Dan is like, especially if it's Keith. It's like, you're down here now for Karen and I'm up here. I finally got ahead of you. And it's like, it's not a competition. And, because she ain't gonna like either one of you. That's a kind of not really what happened, but it's just like, I think that's what it was. He knew that he would get the recognition from Karen, where it wasn't, I want to do what's best for my son at all. I don't think that's what it was. Yeah. So honestly, the 2 times he tried, it was never for Lucas.
Yeah, so Lucas and Nathan are sitting in the room when Dan's escorted in, and he's only looking at one.
Okay, why is it?
Says, "Hello, son."
What? That was so weird to me. He walks in and looks, and the camera just pans to Lucas, and he goes, "Hi, son," and that's it.
Yeah. So was he talking to Lucas or Nathan?
That was my question. I was like,
because Nathan wasn't even looking at him. So
no. So I guess it was Lucas because the camera was on Lucas. That's the only thing I could think of. Plus, Lucas was staring straight at him.
Yeah.
But I just was like, what? It's not hi, sons. Even if one isn't looking at you, I still feel like you would say that. It was just weird. He's just, hi, son.
Yeah.
As 2 of them are sitting there. Well, I guess, remember, we talked about how when it comes to Dan, there's always one that's his favorite at a time. That he, or not even really his favorite, just one that he talks to, interacts with more than the other one.
Right.
And so I would say in this case, it was Lucas. It was his turn to shine.
Yeah. So then John shows up at Peyton's office again, knowing that he would be hearing from her. And, Peyton says she thought about what he said and she thinks he's right about Mia. And, John thinks he has her now where he wants her and, says it's about time. And then that's when Mia walks in and, she sees Peyton talking to John. So she thinks she's like, being a sellout and giving in and letting, him take Mia and her music. And, she says he can do whatever deal he wants with her, but she'll never play for him. She's not a business transaction.
Yeah. It was funny when she was like, Peyton, I really thought we had something special. And then she said, thanks for selling me out. It was funny. And then walks out.
Yeah. And then back at Dan's hearing, he goes on to say his long life story.
So he's actually gets to speak and he's standing up and he's talking about when I was 17. I fell in love.
And he has no lawyer.
But what is he talking about? He loved the game of basketball. Like, what's so weird is like the first couple seasons, it was all about how he loved basketball. He didn't care about anybody else. And then it was like the 3rd season, it was like, well, I loved Karen. She's the love of my life. And it's like, huh? It just was like, where did this come from? Like, I know he always kind of said it to Deb, but it was always like a trying to get at her. Like, I love her, not you. I should have stayed with her and Lucas and not you. It's like, it was always a poke at her. But now, ever since season 3, he's just been going on this whole story of I love Karen and she's the love of my life. And it's like where's the cameras again to get punked at? I don't understand. But yeah. And then he said that we had a son. Okay. Yeah. Okay, but here's my thing. Even if you and the other person fall out right,
Mm-hmm.
Couples break up every day. It doesn't mean you don't ever see your son again.
Right.
It doesn't stop you from being a parent just because you break up. Even
Mm-hmm.
if you see that kid during the summertime, or even if you see the kid on weekends, I'm sorry, but you're still an active parent. But
Mm-hmm.
to just be like, we broke up and she has the kid and I'm gonna just hate on them for the rest of their lives makes no sense to me. Like just because she broke up with you, or not even just because you broke up with her basically for basketball,
Yeah.
doesn't mean that she should have to race him by herself and you should just hate. I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't it weird that now, like, ever since the whole Keith like him murdering him, it's been all about how he loves Karen.
Yeah.
Like, where was this passion and this love the first few seasons
Mm-hmm.
about how much he wants the family of Karen, Lucas, and him? Where was this?
Right.
I don't understand.
Yeah, and then he acts like he's remorseful, saying he wishes he could go back and, take it all back. And, he'll have to live with it for the rest of his life. But if he gets out today, he'll make every moment trying to trying to, mend the lives of the people he hurt, you know,
Yeah.
and family is important. And then he says, with the boys, they stood at the dawn of their adult lives so far because of what he put them through. They've had it rough and they deserve better. They deserve a father. And he hopes that someday they'll give him that.
So then Lucas wants to talk.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes on about how the truth about, his father abandoning his mother. And then how he left them to struggle, even though, he had money. And he said the only person that looked after me was Keith Scott. And then he was like, and this man killed him, his own brother. and and then he was talking about all the things Keith missed,
Mm-hmm.
which was sad. But I'm also happy that Lucas got to do those things because he could have just kept going down a dark road, and Keith would not have wanted that.
Mm-hmm.
And so then he said, then at the end, he was talking about how, like, he said, he said, how can a father hope to influence his sons when they never came to see him, never even once?
Mm-hmm.
The guy
Yeah.
goes, then the guy goes, actually, Nathan, you've visited your father recently.
Mm-hmm. And Lucas looks at him like, what?
Yeah, it's like, excuse me?
Yep. So Haley's not the only person he's lied to recently.
Well, and here you go. Here's my other thing. Is like,
Updates from him.
well, here's the thing. Is like Lucas should have been like, remember when you needed a place to sleep?
Mm-hmm.
Go call your daddy.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got a spot for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because what? Like,
Yeah.
again, now Nathan wants something from Lucas, but he just screwed Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I'd be like, you can grab your bag and you can go sleep somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Like, after this, how can Lucas even look at him like in his house?
Mm-hmm.
Especially when he knows what's about to happen. Dan's
Yeah.
going to get let out. So that means
Mm-hmm.
Dan is going to be creeping around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they argue about that in the car. Nathan tries to say he just wanted to tell him he was done with him and tell him to his face.
Wouldn't that have been but wouldn't Dan have already known you're done with him if you haven't seen him in 5 or in 4 years?
Right. Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but if somebody doesn't come to see you for that long and you're in prison, wouldn't you assume they don't ever want to see me and talk to me again?
Mm-hmm.
I would. Like, I don't understand that at all.
Right.
And I wish Lucas would have said that.
Mm-hmm. But he does mention the bigger picture about, if he gets out, then he'll go after Jamie.
Which is true because Dan knows that it's never going to change with the boys, but he's got little Jamie to try to manipulate,
Mm-hmm.
which we know happens. But he never manipulates Jamie. He just loves him.
Mm-hmm.
It's very weird.
Yeah, very genuine. Yeah, for the first
Yeah,
time in his life.
like where was where was this person?
Mm-hmm. So then Owen is cleaning the shards of glass from the mirror that was broken earlier in Brooke's apartment, hotel, whatever it is. And she asks Owen how did he know who the guy was and what to do with Rachel. So basically he, opens up to her, says he's an addict, so he's been there, and says to Brooke that she has to take her to a facility. It's the only way she'll get better because he had a friend that did the same for him. And he's been sober for 8 years now. And of course she was shocked that he was working at the bar with everything that he's been through. He's, everything. And then he brings up her mother because he said that he gets a business side, but not the friendship side. How that was cut off from, Rachel with her. And she says, doesn't know her mother. And Victoria, when she wants something, it's just easier to do, give her what she wants than to fight with her. So basically, putting her mom before Rachel. And then Owen asks Brooke, if she ever wonders, where she'd be at if at some critical moment when she needed it the most, her friends just weren't there for her. And Brooke asks Owen if Rachel will be okay again. And he says he doesn't know, maybe, but she just needs rehab. And then he writes down the place that he went to so Brooke can take her there. And even offers to take Rachel there himself, but Brooke says that she has to do it,
So when they kind of leave, they leave kind of on good terms.
Owen and Rachel?
No, Owen and Brooke.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. They do, yeah.
I don't know. It just seems like even after this, it's like they're still game playing, back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just weird. I'm like, from here, you would think, okay, it'd be the start of something.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not really.
Right. And then he tells her again what's under all the clothes and then walks out. And then Q's in the gym looking at the jerseys, now with a cast on his wrist when Nathan walks in. So this, at least for this time being, explains where he is. He tells Nathan there's nothing like an empty gym when you want to be alone with your thoughts. And, Nathan says that's why he was there too. So maybe he's been going there the whole time that we haven't seen him accounted for. And Q says he's playing, his.
Well, no, I was just talking about that day.
Oh, yeah.
The day Lucas said, show me your hand. That's the day.
Yeah. Right. And then Q just says he's working to be his scoring title, and that his to Nathan that his last season must have been something special. And Nathan says, yeah, he took it for granted. So if he could go back, you would appreciate it more. So Q tells Nathan he wants it so bad, and Nathan said, of course you do, but he'll get there. He just has to be sure to enjoy because it only comes once. And then the blink of an eye, it can be all gone. So do you think that was foreshadowing? Because from the Drama Queens podcast, we know that the actor was going between
I don't know.
Another job, so he couldn't stay on this show. That's when they decided to kill him off here. So do you think that was probably starting to happen here, or it's just a coincidence that Nathan said that?
I don't know.
Yeah. And then meanwhile, Brooke tells Rachel she has to trust her. They're in a taxi on their way to the rehab. And she doesn't care what it costs. She'll help Rachel. But Rachel just tells her she doesn't want to be alone again and tries to plead with her she'll be better. She'll stop. And Brooke says, they both know it's not realistic. She has problems. She needs to go. And Rachel tells her, she's her only friend. And if she leaves her this time, she won't make it. So,
did you say they were in the cab?
Yeah, or maybe her car with the driver. I don't know, something.
No, they're still in the bed.
Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot they come back again. Yeah, but so she wants to stay there with her. And then Lucas is working on his computer when Nathan walks in. And he says sorry about what happened with Dan. He let him down. He just got to him, and he tells Lucas he knows he's always looking out for Jamie. He just has to understand he would never let anything happen to him. And Lucas tells
I like when he says, go work on things with your wife.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and go be his dad, yeah.
Yeah, I like that part.
Mm-hmm. And then that's when Nathan says, Well, he says it might be better to save his marriage than to be right on this one. But what would Nathan be right about? That was my question.
The fact that Nathan let her flirt and he didn't stop it.
Yeah, but it just seemed like Nathan was in the right and Haley did something wrong.
Oh.
That's what Lucas made it sound like.
Well, no, I think he knows like how Nathan is of like, I'm always right. That Nathan likes to argue and battle it out until, to prove a point instead of just being happy.
Yeah.
And I think he was just kind of like, let it go, like basically apologize, move on, instead of trying to fight things out.
Yeah.
Because that's what Nathan likes to do.
So then he says, since Haley's going to be Lindsay's maid of honor or matron of honor, he's going to need his best man to be getting along with her. So that's when, Nathan tells Lucas thanks. He knows that was supposed to be Keith, so he's honored. And then it transitions from the photo of Keith and Lucas when he was little to a photo of Nathan with Jamie.
So
Jamie was looking at it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Haley comes in.
Yeah, so then of course they he brings up his dad. Because he's like, where's daddy? And then Haley has said that they just need they're in a tough time, they just need a little time right now. And then he's staying with Uncle Lucas. And then Jamie says that is he gonna be sad again like the last time? And then he said that Daddy stopped being sad when Nanny Carrie came to live with us.
Yeah,
he liked Nanny Carrie.
Yep, that's a twist in the knife of Haley's heart. Yep.
No, it got worse though through the night. And it got worse because then he said that I wish she was my mommy.
Yep, and then bigger twist. Yep.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God.
Yep.
I mean, like, it's like, what do you do in that situation?
Yeah, Haley thought it was only Nathan she was losing Carrie, to Carrie, but now it's her son too. Yeah.
I mean, but like, if you're Haley, like, how do you even like
fix that? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like your son only wants her, and now he wants her to be the mom.
Yeah, because it's hard to tell the truth on this one without making Nathan sound bad too. So yeah.
Well, and here's the thing. So it's okay if mommy's sad. Like, okay, Jamie, you're only worried if daddy is sad. Well, is it okay if mommy's sad? Because he's like, he just loves Carrie and Nathan so much, and it's like, what about Haley? Okay.
Yeah. And then at the label, Mia walks in when Payne's playing pool and like asks what happened with John. So Payne lays it out that she'll have her first single, and it's going to be distributed by nationally in 6 weeks. She'll stay on Red Bedroom Records,
which is a long time. So that means she has all these songs done then.
I guess, yeah.
If it's going to be distributed in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
It's weird. They only worked on it she just wrote the song in the library, right?
Yeah.
It's only the next day from the library.
Yeah.
How does she have a whole album?
I don't know. Maybe from other songs she's already kind of written. Probably, but didn't think it was good enough. I don't know.
I thought they were still working on this one.
Right. But so this is following the mention of Payton's label of the name. Red Bedroom Records, which is a good one with her, her room. Yeah. It always had music in it. Yeah.
Oh, she said it was crazy because she said that you'll have the final say on touring and image and the album, and you'll get publishing and you get to own your own songs. And I'm like, that's a lot for a new artist. Like, what new artist gets that?
Right. Because we know in real life, a lot of singers usually have deals where they can't have their songs, so they have to go around it and like re-record it, like a lot of other artists have done.
Like Taylor Swift.
Yeah, also JoJo and Rachel Platten. Yeah, they've had to re-record their songs as well from their past labels. So
yeah. It's like Like, that's what I
Yeah.
mean. A new artist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's just how good Peyton is, I guess. Yeah. And then Peyton says they get to stay together as a team, even though John will be like working with them. And so yeah, that was their whole plan in the first place, was to kind of like trick John into thinking that Peyton was like giving up on Mia, and Mia being upset and hurt by that and everything. So
Yeah.
yeah, their plan worked. And then Payne tells her she needs to pack her bags because she's already opening for Houston tomorrow with one song. So I don't know how that happened.
Well, that's kind of like Haley, right?
Yeah. And then she's opening for Ryan Adams. That's a real person, right? Real artist.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I just haven't heard that name in a while. I can't remember. Yeah. So then Mia thinks she's not ready, but Payne says she is. So started for dreams. And then we go to Q taking off his cast in the locker. But how did he do that without like a saw or something?
I have no idea.
It looked like he just was peeling it off like any other kind of bandage. But cast has that, it's solid, so you can't just rip it off. You need a saw.
You need a saw.
Yeah, you would. Like, you can't just take it off like he did. I don't know how he did that. And then we go back to Rachel and Brooke, who are now in the taxi when Rachel tells Brooke, she can't be alone. And then Brooke doesn't take Owen's advice and gives in and tells Rachel she's going home with her.
I know. I was like, what the?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which doesn't last long.
Well, and two. Okay, so when Victoria sees, she's going to be like, oh, look, another mooch, another friend mooch. She's back.
Yeah.
Like, she already thinks Peyton is one, and now here's Rachel.
Mm-hmm. And then Lucas is looking at that picture again and telling Keith that he hopes he can be half as good as an uncle to Jamie as he was to him.
This one, when he says that, I was like, well, Lucas, you actually have to be around Jamie to be just like Keith.
Right.
I'm saying, I'm foreshadowing it in another year when you disappear.
Yeah.
Jamie, you're not going to have a relationship with him.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have a phone call one. Hey, happy birthday. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then we see the decision for Dan's parole is being made, but we don't see what it is. And then instead of we go to Nathan going home and telling Haley that he's sorry for the way it looked. But before she says anything, just know it's his fault. He basically should have told her sooner.
So then, of course, she said, she they hug. Well, she hugs them, but then she says that Carrie said that you kissed her, and he doesn't say anything. And then Jamie comes down, and Nathan says one of the worst things to say to him: "Go outside and shoot some hoops by the dang pool."
Mm-hmm.
Well, he didn't say by the pool, but it's by the pool.
He just said the back, yeah.
Yeah. In the dark.
Mm-hmm.
So Jamie does it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they argue. And it is full blown. And so, he says, she kissed me. And here's my thing is like, did you realize in this whole, like, this is why here's like the thing is, why didn't Nathan go back at her and say, remember Chris Keller? But again, if, like we said at the beginning, if he doesn't know that they kissed, I guess he can't throw it in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've read people's comments about the scene, and like everybody says, Chris Keller, Chris Keller, Chris Keller. Like, she doesn't get to go at him because of Chris. And it's like, but also you have to remember, Nathan doesn't know that. He knows she had feelings and went on tour with him, but he doesn't know that they kissed.
Yeah, I think she did admit it at the last second that's why he gave her the ultimatum. But yeah. Oh, I just read a Wikipedia page and that's what it said. That she admitted that she kissed him. But yes, but either way, the line where she said, through better or worse, in sickness and in health,
but I will not do infidelity.
Yep.
You already did.
Yeah, so that's when he could have, said something about Chris, like you had feelings for him,
Yeah, like again, just say his name. It's like, again, it's like, I didn't do what you did. You fell for the guy.
Yeah,
I didn't do that. It's like, again, he didn't. And then all he said was, he had to argue and talk about like with you it's never good enough, and then she was like, oh, sorry to be wait around here, like it was
Mhm.
bad going back and forth. And
Mhm.
I was actually surprised Nathan was actually yelling at Haley, because a lot of the times in their marriage, remember, they never really argued. Remember, Nathan was always like the perfect husband that didn't fight back with his wife, and like she would only yell when he would do something, bad.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
they never really argued.
Yeah. Not this
And
place. Yeah.
so to see this, it was like, what happened to like
Mhm.
the perfect husband that doesn't yell back?
Right.
Because you know how many times in their relationship that if it was a normal couple or any other TV couple, they could have fought and fought and fought,
Mhm.
but they didn't. Because Nathan was like the perfect husband.
Right.
And so, so to see it, it was like, whoa, he's actually saying these things.
Mhm.
That's what was crazy too, was Haley was like on this pedestal when it came to Nathan.
Right.
And he's actually saying this stuff back.
Mhm.
So I was actually surprised in the fight. But
Yeah.
of course, then they can't find Jamie.
Mhm.
They see the ball in the pool.
Mhm.
And so of course they run out there and Nathan jumps in and pulls Jamie out.
Mhm.
And then she says her wonderful words, I want a divorce.
Yeah. And I counted, it was actually 22 seconds that he was probably in that pool until he got out there.
That's a
Yeah.
long time.
And then,
So
Haley's slapping his face to wake him up too.
yeah, same thing Owen was basically doing.
Yeah.
Um, so this this scene though, like, okay, do you think she should have said I want a divorce right away?
Um, I mean, I can see why. Like, it seemed like that she was blaming Nathan too, like for distracting her and not watching Jamie. It was really both their fault. But yeah, it just seemed like, this was just, and that was like it's one thing to be with Carrie, but then like putting her son in danger was like the final straw that she saw, at least.
Yeah, but I mean, again, like, well, first of all, it's her fault too that he was.
Yeah, so that's both of theirs. Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, for the divorce part, like, it took him a long time, weeks and weeks,
Mm-hmm.
to finally give her the annulment papers,
Right.
written up by Dan.
Mm-hmm.
And even that, when she came home, remember he said, I want a divorce. It was a long time. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and then here, one night, she's like, I want a divorce. And it's like, huh?
Right.
Again, if you were the one in the relationship that never cheated, never had feelings for anyone else,
Mm-hmm.
I would be like, okay, take your I want a divorce.
Right.
But you're not that person.
Mm-hmm.
Haley cheated.
Right.
So you can't even say that crap,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like.
Yeah.
Again, Chris Keller mean nothing to you?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the fans say it too. And I will say, like, it's not that Nathan gets a pass,
Mm-hmm.
but neither one of them get a pass.
Right.
But I just don't get, again, remember when she wanted forgiveness right away? Remember that? She
Mm-hmm.
wanted to play victim all the time. Well, why can't he play victim now?
Right.
Again, why is it you can play victim all day long, every day, forever, but he can't?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just like it's a bad thing. It's a bad, crazy thing. But I mean, again, Haley let her into their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Again, and Haley let Chris into their lives. Are we noticing a pattern?
Mm-hmm.
Haley. But yes, so again, are we also realizing, Haley, that you don't need a nanny? So yeah, it was bad. But yeah, I just feel like I want a divorce was just very rushed.
Yeah, like jumping the gun. Yeah.
Yeah, like Nathan took his time with it.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't even like it then. And so to just throw in the towel that quick after everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But yeah, but the whole she won't do infidelity. He literally
Mm-hmm.
didn't say much. And I was like, ah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm surprised that Lindsay never told Haley what Carrie told her at that dinner, about just because people have history doesn't mean they're meant to be, be together or whatever. Like that would have been Haley's first, warning, maybe, or one of the first warnings at least. Because there's a lot of warnings at that dinner she let slide. So
Well, I feel like the first warning would have been when Mouth said she was hot or something.
yeah, they all did. Yeah.
Yeah, but Mouth liked her, remember the good one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, and they even said it was a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
So well, and here's the thing is um like yeah, so Lindsay really isn't that good of a friend if she didn't tell her that.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Yes, this really shouldn't be a shock for Haley because she was having doubts before and she thought she was overreacting with her dream and everything.
or her dream. She saw Nathan, Carrie, and Jamie all in the pool together.
Yep.
Remember, and she had that face. Remember, I said, "What's up with that face?" Put it all together.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would have done. I would have got rid of her then.
Yeah, so maybe that's what she's saying about too. Like she saw the signs and she's kind of mad at herself and sees it too that Nathan really was having the affair. So that's why she probably gave up.
But again, Chris Keller.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And think about it. She was in the studio late at night, and then she was on tour,
Mm-hmm.
up till what, 2, 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
It's
So too
like,
bad Chris didn't like come back and didn't come back at this point and kind of remind her,
like,
what happened to them.
hey.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he comes back later as a regular, but right now he's not showing up. But yeah, it would have been a perfect time if he did, even if it's, a quick minute, like to check out Payne's label or something, trying to get signed with her or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so for me, the high was Owen saving Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
The low was the fight between Nathan and Haley that caused Jamie's accident.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Yeah, because the same thing, because now that good happens in this episode, really. Rachel's just the only one that didn't end up, not bad like everything else is. So, yeah.
And then what would you rate it?
Like a 8.5.
Oh, I was gonna go with 9. I actually liked it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was thinking 9, but I wasn't sure. I don't know. I just didn't like everything with Dan and then Rachel and everything, but like everything with Carrie was entertaining. Yeah.
Well, I just felt like it had a lot of good drama. Not that I like the storylines, but
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it wasn't like boring
Mm-hmm.
in any way. Like
Yeah.
like all of their storylines actually, whether you were invested or not, it was actually like
Mm-hmm.
worth watching.
Yeah, even though seeing Jamie face down the pool was shocking when I first saw it.
Yeah. Ugh.
And he did it himself too, his own little stunt there. So,
Yep. Because I remember in season 8, they asked him, they said, "Did you want to do another one?"
mm-hmm.
Another water scene because they thought maybe he was traumatized.
Yeah.
But he said he was up for it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would be as a mom.
Right. Yeah.
Um, and then who was your best and worst?
Worst was Nathan because he just was quiet the whole time and just waited too late to tell Haley the truth, and it backfired on him, greatly with Jamie. And then the best was Owen because he was there for Brooke because nobody else was, not Peyton, Haley, even though she has her own stuff going on. But yeah, so she had nobody else there for her, of course, not Victoria, and saved Rachel's life. So yeah.
Um, yeah, I was definitely gonna say that the best was definitely Owen.
Mm-hmm.
For saving Rachel because he didn't have to, but he is that person that would.
Mm-hmm.
Because Brooke didn't know what to do at all.
Right.
Um, and
I don't
so
think, did she even know that Rachel did drugs, do you think? They just know that she just couldn't do her job right, I think.
Well, she must have known because that's probably why she couldn't do her job, right?
Okay,
She was
yeah.
probably going down that road.
Okay, yeah.
And then it just got worse when she fired her.
Right.
That's probably what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Because think, Rachel loved modeling and showing herself off, so that wasn't gonna stop her from being a bad model or whatever. But what would is drugs
Mm-hmm.
and alcohol. And yeah, I'm gonna go with the worst was definitely Nathan. Because he also though not just the whole situation, but also when it came to Dan.
Right, yeah, he didn't tell Lucas, yeah.
Like, he didn't tell Lucas, he put that whole thing at risk. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, he doesn't think before he does things.
Yeah.
And that's what always gets him in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And again, he had plenty of time to tell Haley about this,
Mm-hmm.
about the kiss, about the flirting. I feel like he should have fired her right from the start, but that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and again, and even if you didn't want to be the bad one, tell Haley would have no problem being the bad one.
Right.
So, yeah, I just didn't like any of the stuff. He just acted like the dang victim in the episode, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do something wrong, you can't be the victim.
Mm-hmm.
And again, now it's not that I loved Haley going at him, but at the same time, he did it. He put himself in that situation.
Yeah.
He should have very easily told Haley, but he didn't. So that's on him.
Yeah. Yeah, because Carrie, after she kept doing this and this and this and wasn't being told on, so she knew she could keep taking it farther and farther too. So
Yeah, she just knew she couldn't do it around Haley.
mm-hmm.
But if she does it around Nathan, it's okay because Nathan will never say anything.
Yep.
Yep, she knew that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's like, I can't. Yes, would I love to say she's the worst? Well, yeah, but she's not the one that's married.
Mm-hmm.
She did it because she knew she could get away with it, and Nathan let her.
Yeah, it was only unethical just because she was their nanny. So yeah.
I mean, I would say she's the worst because she went on school property to talk to Jamie, but
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
yeah. But so yeah, she'd probably be second worst.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's the next episode?
Episode 11. You're gonna need someone on your side. So that sounds like Nathan, probably.
Probably a few people. Rachel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Yep. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Duo Chat. If you want to chime in with your opinion about the episode and the show we discussed, you can email us at duochatpodcast@gmail.com. And to keep up with updates about the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube at Duo Chat Podcast. And give us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. We would appreciate it.